What we need is not more medications, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm your regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge.
Praise God. Welcome to Exposé. I'm your regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Today is April 19, 2021, and it's my honor to present to you the second part in our kidney health series. I'm so excited today because, tomorrow, April 20, happens to be my 30th wedding anniversary. Glory be to God. It's been such a wonderful 3 decades of marriage with my lovely, wonderful, hardworking, caring, precious wife. Wherever you are, I want you to help me give a shout out to her. Say thank you to her. 30 years of taking care of me, taking care of the children. They are big now. All of them are big now. Glory be to God. Okay? I say thank you, my wife, to the whole world. I say thank you for your love, for your care, for your loyalty, your commitment. You are made of gold. You are special. I thank you and I thank God for the day I met you. All right, let's get back to business today. Today we are continuing in our series, and let me remind you where we left off last week. I mentioned causes of kidney diseases. I mentioned diabetes as one of the major causes of kidney disease. Then I mentioned hypertension as another major cause of kidney disease. Then long-term use of certain medications or abuse of even licensed, approved, and prescribed medications, long-term use of those medications, abuse of herbs can also cause kidney damage. Then certain cosmetics with all the different toxins that they carry, even though we apply them on our skin, yet they can penetrate into the body and they can cause kidney damage. Toxins that are added to food in the form of artificial flavors, artificial colors, and what have you. Then reduced blood flow to the kidneys due to arterial plaque, and then urinary tract infections, UTIs, systemic lupus, which is an autoimmune disorder, kidney stones, and what have you. All of these can lead to kidney damage. Now today we want to talk about symptoms of kidney disease. Symptoms of kidney disease. Number 1, puffy eyes, hands, and feet. That is called edema. It is spelled O-E-D-E-M-A, UK English. But American English is E-D-E-M-A. UK, O-E-D-E-M-A. American spelling, E-D-E-M-A. Edema, okay? That is when the face is puffy. It's as if everything balloons, like that. The whole body, the legs swelling, that's edema. All right. Second symptom of kidney disease could be cloudy urine or tea-colored urine. The color of your urine is like tea, or it is cloudy. Of course, sometimes urine can be cloudy depending on the type of food that you ate the previous day. But if it is something that is continuous, it's not just once, it's happening day after day after day after day, your urine is always cloudy, then you need to check yourself out. Number 3 is inexplicable high blood pressure. Your blood pressure is just suddenly shooting up. You need to do kidney function test. Or inexplicable low blood pressure, hypotension. That can also be due to the fact that your kidneys are removing too much of the minerals in your blood, and that is making your BP to go down. Another symptom of kidney impairment is low PCV, which leads to paleness. The person is beginning to look pale. When you check the eyes, everything looks pale. You look at the fingernails, they are not pink, they are not the blood is not rich there, everything is pale. that could be a sign of kidney impairment. Anemia, low blood PCV. Then fatigue or extreme tiredness. You just can't explain why you're feeling extremely tired, extremely fatigued. That could be a sign of kidney impairment. Now, I'm not saying that anytime you are tired or fatigued, that means your kidneys are affected. No. But I'm saying that if you feel that way, it is one of the things you need to check. Okay? Many other things can also lead to fatigue and extreme tiredness. But kidney impairment is definitely one of such. Then extreme thirst could also be a sign of kidney impairment. Of course, by now you also know that diabetes can also cause extreme thirst. So it's not only kidney impairment, but it's one of the signs that could be a pointer to kidney impairment. Then shortness of breath can also be a sign of kidney impairment. You need to go check your kidney function. Loss of appetite. When you begin to feel, you just don't feel like eating. That could be a sign of kidney impairment. Another one is nausea and vomiting. When people have kidney problems, they don't remove waste product from their body properly, so the waste remains in the body, and that makes them feel nauseous. They feel like vomiting. Anything irritates them very easily. Sometimes they drink water and they vomit. That could be a sign of kidney impairment. Then bad breath or a bad taste in the mouth could be a sign of kidney impairment. Of course, weight loss can also be another symptom of kidney impairment. Again, don't mistake me, don't misunderstand me. I am not saying that if you see these signs and symptoms, you have kidney impairment. But I am saying that there could be pointers to let you know what to check out for. If you see any or a combination of these factors, then go and do your kidney function test. Of course, if you talk to your doctor, they will direct you and guide you as to the appropriate kind of tests to run. Okay, so weight loss. Then muscle twitching and cramping. That could be due to the removal of a lot of magnesium and calcium from the blood, and that makes the muscles to twitch and to cramp. All right? So when you have muscle twitching and cramping, you need to check your kidney function. Generalized, persistent, itchy skin. When the skin begins to itch and itch and itch persistently. Of course, gallbladder obstruction. When the bile duct in the gallbladder is obstructed, that can also cause that symptom. But then the kidneys also, when they are impaired, that can also lead to generalized, persistent, itchy skin. Then a yellowish brown tint to your skin, particularly those who are very light complexion. When you see a yellowish brown tint, it could be as a result of gallbladder problems or kidney problems at the end of the day. All right, it's important to conduct simple tests such as renal function test. You go to any good lab and tell them you want to do renal function test. They will just draw your blood and run all the tests and tell you your result at the end of the day. You can also do another simple test. It's a urine test. It's called urinalysis. That is urine analysis. They just analyze your urine. They check the specific gravity of your urine, and they check the different solutes inside your urine, your urea level. In the kidney function test, they check your urea level, your creatinine level. In the urinalysis, they check all the different things that may have leaked into your urine, whether there's glucose in your urine, ketones in your urine, whether there's protein in your urine or blood in your urine. All of those things will be checked out during your urinalysis. You can also do urine culture to be able to see whether there's any infection in your urine, by the way. Now, I'll be talking today in a general sense. I am not giving you my plan for kidney repairs or kidney impairment yet, but I want to give you some general plans, general things to help you to protect your kidneys along the way. Number one, if you want to protect your kidneys, deal with diabetes and hypertension if you have them. Don't take things lightly. If you have diabetes, you have hypertension, please do something. Deal with them. Very important. These two medical conditions have damaged the kidneys of more people than anything else. So if you have been diagnosed with either of both of these conditions, don't joke with it. Address it appropriately. Number two, thing I want to suggest for protection of your kidneys is avoid kidney damaging toxins from your foods and your cosmetics. As from today, keep an eye on anything that is going to touch your skin or even your hair. You know, some of the dyes that people put on their hair, they don't even know what is inside. It can be absorbed into your body, and it can get into your kidneys and your liver and cause damage there. So anything you are going to put on your hair, anything you are going to put on your skin, take the time to look at the ingredients, look at the label. If you don't know what they mean, the internet is there. Look at the list of ingredients. Ingredient number 1, type it inside Google search engine or any good search engine for that matter, and look for the meaning of it and the dangers of it. When you see what it can do to your body, you will stop using that particular cosmetic that contains that ingredient from that moment. So avoid kidney-damaging toxins from your foods and from your cosmetics. That's the second major piece of advice to protect your kidney. Number 3 piece of advice: avoid indiscriminate use of analgesics, painkillers, paracetamol, and the rest of them. Avoid indiscriminate use of analgesics. Many people have damaged their own kidneys through the use of over-the-counter medications. Number 4, my suggestion to you to protect your kidney: know the side effects of your medication, even the ones that are prescribed for you by your doctors. You see, I was telling a friend recently, I said most of us grew up having implicit trust and confidence in our medical personnel. They tell us, these tablets, take 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. Sometimes they don't even tell us the name of the drug we are taking. They don't tell us the side effect. They don't tell us anything. They just give us instructions, take 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening, and we have implicit trust, implicit confidence in their judgment. And we simply swallow the tablet morning, afternoon, evening without knowing what is going on. And I have seen many people have grown up with that even now you find a 30-year-old person, 40 years old, 50 years old, he's swallowing tablets, he doesn't even know the name of the tablet he's swallowing. Oh, I'm on medication for my condition. I said, what is the name of the medication? I said, I don't know. You don't know? You're a graduate, for God's sake. You went to school. I said, it is your money and it is your body. You need to know the name of the drug you are taking. You need to acquaint yourself with some of the side effects, possible side effects. Of course, you won't say because of the side effects you will not take the medication. But sometimes the side effect itself could be something waiting for you in the future. It will solve today's problem and create another problem for you for tomorrow. So before you take any medication, first of all, know the side effects, possible side effects, and in case you begin to see signs that thing appears to be coming on, then you can visit your doctor again and review and let them revise and probably change the medication for you so that you don't end up damaging something else in your body while you're trying to solve one other health problem. That's what I mean. So if you're on any prescription medication prescribed by your doctor, take time to study the label, understand the possible side effects or adverse effects that the drug might induce. Some prescription drugs can damage the kidney and even the liver. That's why when people are taking certain drugs, they constantly monitor their liver function and their kidney function. Some people are on antiretroviral drug, for example, for HIV. And each time they go to refill their prescription, one of the things they will do is to check their liver to be sure that the liver is still okay. Because one of the possibilities is that drug can actually impair the liver. And there are certain other drugs that can impair the kidneys. So acquaint yourself with the side effects, possible side effects of any prescription medication that you're on. That's my advice for you, free of charge. You don't have to pay for that, okay? Now, my next advice to protect your kidneys is drink enough water daily. Don't get dehydrated. Purified water, clean water. Drink sufficient amount of water. As simple as this is, not so many people observe it, unfortunately. The water you drink must be pure, it must be alkaline, it must be mineral-rich, it must have trace minerals, preferably structured if possible. That's why I recommend that you must obtain for your kitchen, or you need to obtain for your kitchen, a water purifier as well as a water revitalizer. Okay, water purifier and water revitalizer. The water purifier helps to remove impurities, okay, purify your water, and then the water purifier helps to mineralize your water, alkalize your water, and structure your water. So you have it purified, mineralized, alkalized, and structured. That is the best form of water to drink. And once you are properly hydrated, then your kidneys won't have a hard time doing their job. That's one of the strategies to protect your kidney. Okay? Avoid soft drinks, avoid alcohol, avoid concentrated drinks, tea all the time, beverages all the time, juice all the time. No, water, plain old water. I'm not saying don't take tea, I'm not saying don't take juices, but I'm saying water is the best beverage that you need to take as part of your strategy to protect your kidneys. Then next, if you are prone to kidney stones, you need to avoid oxalate-rich foods. Oxalate-rich foods. Oxalate is O-X-A-L-A-T-E, oxalate. There are certain foods that are rich in oxalate, and when you eat too much of those, that can predispose you to forming kidney stones. Now, the vegetables that are rich in oxalate include spinach. Spinach as well as beets, particularly the leaves of beet. Okay? Calcium oxalate stones are the most common type of kidney stones. And as such, many patients with kidney stones can benefit from a diet that reduces calcium kidney stones. However, if you don't test high for oxalate, this will not necessarily benefit you. You really don't need to cut out healthy oxalate-rich food from your diet if you're not prone to developing kidney stones. Because having said this, some people say, I won't take beetroot again. I won't take spinach again. That's not what I'm saying. It is for only those who are prone to developing kidney stones that should avoid these oxalate-rich vegetables. But if you have never developed kidney stones in your life until you are 50 years old, it doesn't necessarily, it's not likely that you are prone. So you can enjoy your spinach, you can enjoy your beetroot. I enjoy my spinach and beetroot very regularly. But if ever I develop kidney stones once, I will stop taking them because they are high in oxalate. In fact, oxalate is practically unavoidable because most plant foods have some of them, although some have more than others. However, those who have kidney stones before, you have had kidney stones before, please avoid the following. Avoid them entirely as part of your strategy to protect your kidneys. French fries, spinach, beets, nuts and nut butters, bran flakes, rhubarb, and potato chips. Avoid them completely if you have ever had kidney stones before. Don't go away. I'll be back and we will continue this conversation on strategies and plans, suggestions, and recommendations to protect your kidney.
I believe you've been having a terrific time with me on Exposé with Tony Akinyemi. We have great resources that will bless your life available to you on healthy living and many other life subjects. We have various platforms where you can obtain materials for your blessing. You can obtain some of our work, our books, particularly on Amazon.com. How to Regain and Retain Your Health is a book title that I highly recommend. It's available in digital format, Kindle edition, as well as in printed version. We also have juices and smoothies for healing, health, and pleasure. You can also find these items at another website, familabooks.com, F-A-M-I-L-A books.com. And for those of you who are in Nigeria, you can reach us at the Shepherd Store, 18 Shogunle Street, off Mobolaji Bankantoni Way, behind HFS Place, to get our materials. We have over 600 recorded audio CDs, DVDs, VCDs, and MP3s on various subjects. All these things that I teach on Exposé are already available in their complete format. How to reverse hypertension naturally, how to reverse diabetes naturally, how to reverse arthritis naturally, and many other wonderful titles. I encourage you to visit this website, Amazon.com, familabooks.com, or TSF bookstores in Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria, and you will be blessed reading those materials and sharing them with your friends and family. Thank you once again. God bless you.
You are welcome back. We are still on Exposé. And don't forget, what you need is not more medication, but more education. And the best prescription, of course, is knowledge. And that's why we're imparting this knowledge to us regarding how to care for our kidneys. I was talking to you about practical suggestions on how to protect your kidneys. I've given you several. I'm going to add just one more or two, and then we are moving on to another part of this conversation. Now, the next suggestion I want to give is that you can increase the amount of calcium in your diet. You know, that sounds like paradoxical, you know. Some people will say, oh, if you're prone to developing kidney stones, then avoid calcium. It doesn't really work that way. Low amounts of calcium in the diet actually increases your chances of forming calcium oxalate kidney stones. Hear that from me. Low level of calcium in your diet increases your chances of developing calcium oxalate kidney stones. Okay, some people avoid calcium because of the name calcium oxalate stones. What they don't realize is that calcium binds oxalate in the intestines. A calcium-rich diet actually helps to reduce the amount of oxalate being absorbed by our body. So kidney stones are less likely to form, okay? Therefore, eat calcium-rich foods every day, or take a calcium citrate supplement. Don't take calcium oxide. Take calcium citrate or other forms of calcium compounds, and that helps. Meanwhile, eating high calcium foods at the same time as when you eat high oxalate foods can be very helpful as well. So the calcium will bind to the oxalate in the food, so it doesn't go into your system to form calcium oxalate stones. Then minimize your intake of animal protein if you are prone to developing kidney stones or kidney impairment. In fact, when people develop kidney impairment and they come to see me for my nutritional advice, I place them on a 3 to 6 month period of pure vegetarian diet. I tell them to go off all animal protein for a minimum of 90 days, maybe up to 180 days. 3 to 6 months, I put them on vegetarianism. And that helps a lot. It helps a lot. Unfortunately, when many of them come to me, they say, well, I was told in the hospital I should not eat beans, I should not eat apple, I should not eat avocado, I should not eat this, I should be eating egg, I should be taking milk, and I should be doing that. I have the exact opposite advice that I give, the exact opposite. I take them off all animal protein. No meat, no fish, no egg, no milk, no snail, nothing that has a mother and has a face, okay, on your dining plate. I take them off all animal protein and I make them vegetarians for 3 to 6 months, and they bounce back. Many of them bounce back. Those who stick to it, they bounce back. Those who cheat, they improve slightly. They don't get 100%, results. And one particular woman came the other day. She came with her husband, and she sat in front of me, and it was this kidney challenge thing. And when I told her about my plan, she said, but my hospital told me that I shouldn't eat these things you're asking me to eat, and I should eat the things you are asking me not to eat. And I said, madam, if what they told you had worked for you, you wouldn't be here in front of me. You have been following that suggestion for 2 years, and your condition is worsening. And now I'm telling you to do something different, and you are still telling me that this is what they told you. If what they told you had worked, would you be here? You would have been well, and you wouldn't be here. You might say, well, Pastor, are you not being mean saying that? Sometimes you need to jolt people to consciousness, to let them think. Just think again. If what you were doing had worked, by now you should be out of the woods. And if it is not working, then it calls for a change of action. Because if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over, and you expect a different outcome, they say that is the definition of insanity. Okay, and I know we are sane people, so we should be willing and ready to make adjustments as necessary. Okay, so those are some of the suggestions I give, and I'll continue to give you more natural protection and remedies for your kidney. Okay, to protect your kidneys, you need to make sure that you follow these suggestions. Now, I'm going to give you some remedies for kidney impairment. Again, this is general. I have not come to that part where I am giving you my articulated plan. I'm just giving you general pieces of advice and suggestions. Okay? Now, you can use anti-pathogenic formula if you have kidney impairment, like garlic, oil of oregano, olive leaf extract, and so on and so forth. These ones are particularly good for urinary tract infections that may also impair the kidneys. So if you have kidney infection due to kidney inflammation due to kidney infection, or you have urinary tract infection, you can use oil of oregano, olive leaf extracts, garlic. You can use cranberry, you can use D-mannose, and things like that. They help with bacterial infection as well as yeast infection. Cranberry contains D-mannose. That's the active ingredient in cranberry. It helps to deactivate E. coli, okay, and prevents it from sticking to the wall of the urinary tract so it can be flushed out from your system. Probiotics also help, particularly when there is imbalance in your intestinal flora and your gut flora, okay? Helps to prevent infections as well. Then proteolytic enzymes, as well as L-carnosine, DMSO, and antioxidants are also very useful in protecting both your urinary tract as well as your kidneys. Then there's a particular herb that is called Phyllanthus neruri, or Chanca piedra. It's one of my favorite, particularly when it comes to kidney stones. It helps to dissolve kidney stones. In fact, the word Chanca piedra, I understand, is actually a South American word that means stone breaker. It means stone breaker, Chanca piedra. The botanical name for that herb is Phyllanthus neruri, and it's common. It's all over Nigeria, particularly in the southern part of Nigeria, all over the place. It's a weed. It just grows all over the place. And it has been used to address more than 100 different medical conditions by people who use herbs to address such conditions. I have used it times without number for people with kidney stones, and they have avoided surgery because of that. Then eliminate all animal proteins. Like I said, if you have kidney impairment, become a vegetarian to put your kidneys on a little bit of sabbatical leave so they can bounce back. Okay? Then build your PCV, because when there's kidney impairment, PCV goes down. So you need to rebuild your PCV by juicing beetroot and green vegetables. That is, if what you are dealing with is not kidney stones. If it is just kidney impairment, okay, loss of kidney, part of your kidney function, then you can use beetroot. But if it is kidney stones, you have to avoid beetroot because of oxalate. All right? Then if your kidneys are already impaired and your urea level is high, your creatinine level is high, then you may need dialysis for some time. While you are changing your diet and lifestyle, you still need to do dialysis until such a time when your kidneys begin to bounce back, and then your frequency of dialysis will go down. Ultimately, you will go off dialysis. Of course, kidney transplant is the end, the ultimate for those that there's no hope of kidneys bouncing back. But I need to say a word about kidney transplant. Many people who have very small or little kidney impairment, after they have done 1 or 2 or 3 weeks or months of dialysis, they say, well, I'm tired of this dialysis, let me just go and do a transplant. Whereas, if they will follow the dietary and lifestyle adjustment that we teach here, they can actually bounce back. But some of them don't want to take the trouble. They are not disciplined enough to subject themselves and submit themselves to all these, very, very radical transformations in their diet and lifestyle. They say, let me just do a transplant and get out of the woods. But what they don't realize and what they don't tell them is that when people do organ transplants, particularly kidney transplants, the implications are these. Number one, your immune system must be deliberately suppressed with medication so that your body does not reject those kidneys. Because another person's kidney that is being put into your body sees it as a foreigner, and your body will do everything to reject it. So in order for your body not to reject it, they have to put you on medication to suppress your immune system so that that kidney can stay and it will not be rejected. And you know the implication of that. When your immune system is deliberately suppressed, it means you are highly vulnerable, highly susceptible to infections. You can get infections easily because your immune system is suppressed continually. That is the first implication. Second implication is that when people have kidney transplants, typically on the average, maybe they have another 5 to 7 years more to live before that transplant, that kidney will fail again. 5 to 7 years. Of course, there have been cases, very rare cases, where somebody has has done a kidney transplant and has lived for maybe 20 to 25 years after. But the average is 5 years to 7 years. The person is dead. So is it because of 5 to 7 years that you are going to spend that amount of money and then live on drugs to suppress your immunity when you can change your diet and lifestyle and hopefully, maybe 70 to 80% of the time, you can actually get your kidneys back instead of going for a transplant? So look at the pros and cons and look at the options, the benefits and the risks involved before you make your decision. I am not saying don't do transplant. That's not what I'm saying. There are some people that the only hope they have is a transplant. But let it be that there's no other option before you go for a transplant. If there is another option and it requires discipline on your part to change your diet, change your lifestyle, believe God, and your kidneys can bounce back, please go for that option. It is a better option than the transplant. That's the point I'm trying to make here. So you need to keep faith strong and you need to be highly responsible for yourself, and God will help you mightily. Now, in the next episode, I'll be giving you my plans for both kidney stones and kidney impairment generally, how to bounce back from kidney impairment. I believe that plan will be very helpful, and those who want a copy, to be sent to them, a soft copy, we can also send that to you when you send your email address to us in the chat room. Now, on the other hand, you can, after this presentation, the video will still be saved in our playlist on our archive on YouTube. You can actually go there and download it to your device, maybe to your phone, to your iPad, to your laptop, and you can listen to this again and again and again. I mean, next episode, when I share on kidney stones and I'll talk about gallbladder stones and then generally talk about kidney impairment in general and how to bounce back. Again, thank you very much for spending this evening with me on Exposé. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, and the best prescription is knowledge. God bless you real good.
What we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm your regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge.